Hello everyone and welcome to my regular look at WTI crude oil price, where it's been and where it could be going next. Lots to get through today. I suppose the big two themes at the moment: Chinese economic data out earlier today, not too great, putting a bit of a downer on the price at the moment. That theme's been running for a long while because China is so important for the demand side of oil. The other one, OPEC plus supply cuts, still waiting for them to kick in or happen. And that sort of idea is propping up the downside. So actually the two are negating each other at the moment. So like I said, lots to get through. So let's head straight away into the data to take a look. And let's have a look at what's been going on this morning so far. If we zoom in there, we can see actually when the let's start from the UK time, mainland European time. You can see based off that news it's been a downward move trend at the bottom there, and the indicator also giving us a short play at the moment. And you can see actually how that came off the back of let's just do that of a decent day yesterday. The price was up $4 or $5 per barrel, so that was quite a nice move there, trending nicely throughout the day. But this morning it's a bit subdued due to that news. So let's head into some sentiment. Rig counts still not looking great. You can see there, change from prior count -1, change from last year -129. So good sentiment indicator for the energy sector, not just crude oil, things like nat gas as well. So I call that weak bearish at the moment. In terms of inventories, we had this better than expected draw there, -10.584 million barrels against a forecast of -3.267 million barrels, and that sort of shook the market a bit to get a bit more bullish over the next few days, as you'll see in the charts in a minute. Forecast still yet to come out, so watch this space. Numbers out. Well, because of the bank holiday, probably Thursday now. So moving on into some other indicators. Down the bottom, we've got seasonality, and not much really changing at the moment there. It's, I would say, maybe starting to look a bit more weak bullish going through September and October time, and then as you can see, falls off and then picks back up again through to the new year. Large commercials, large speculators, COP data, what's going on there? Well, I'd like to see the large speculators moving in line with the price, and they're not at the moment. It's a bit of a divergence there. You can see them moving down, the price moving up, and it's the same story for the large commercials. So weak bearish overall there. So mixed bag on the sentiment. And what about volatility? Volatility starting to pick up. We go in there, coming back into the cloud, often an indicator that the price is going to start moving around a lot more. In terms of the indicator at the bottom, we've got a still declining volatility indicator at the moment, but as you can see, it's heading towards the cloud and that longer term moving average. So look for breaks above that for a volatility spike. And other indicator I like to use is this basket of currencies, which are currencies that are very oil based countries. So, and you can see at the moment that's all looking very negative. So that to me is another indicator that you can use to point in the direction of price of oil at the moment, looking a bit bearish. So what else we got? Longer term price. Anything happened from last week? Any differences? Well, not really that much going on. We've got that nice run up, holding around that 61.8% Fibonacci line, $82. Next upside in the longer term is that 103.5, and that seems a long way off at the moment. We can see in terms of volume at price, all down here on the right, the bulk of the actions between 83 and so the early 50s. In terms of a pullback in terms of price, you can see a lot of support around this next Fibonacci line, which is about the mid 60s, $66, $67. So you could see that price heading there. Then we've got the point of control hovering just above that 38.2% Fibonacci line, called out $52, $53. So they would be the next bigger downside moves. Some would argue that that could be like a sort of a head and shoulders type pattern, but this might be just ruining that idea, and you might be seeing recovery. It depends, like I say, on those fundamentals that we talked about. Chinese demand, OPEC plus, you know, China sorts itself out, we could start seeing that price rocketing off upwards. So at the moment, though, it's a weak bullish situation inside this sort of range setup, as we've discussed over the last few weeks. And if you're into some shorter term action, I've got the line break chart here, 4 line break chart, set to 4 bars, but I use the 2 aggressive. So if you were short, wanting to go short, you get in at 85, spot 85. A bit more conservative, you might be coming in sometime sort of around about now at the early 85s. So definitely bearish in that shorter term based off that news this morning. Where could you get back in to the upside? Well, it's maybe back above the high of that red bar there. You know, call it $86, round it up to $86. But at the moment, short term, looking bearish. And then heading into the Renko charts, what have we got? Slightly medium term view, $1 block size for the charts here. And we can see that nice increase coming into play there. All the volume you can see over 2023 has been, you know, in that huge range there between the, you know, mid 80s down to the mid 60s. And like I said, that's a $20 range of, you know, you can do a lot of trading in between that. So some nice trades there. Volatility, like I said, a bit subdued as well, making that easier to do those type of trades as well. And if we got an upside break, you know, it can get through this new high zone. You're talking 91, 92 to 95 as the next potential upsides. Downsides, pullback, I would say, looking at that 61.8%, around about 77, 78, and then back down to the early 70s. We've got sort of an arc in there, but we got this sort of stopping point there in the middle as well, around about 76, 77. So it could be a stuttered down move, but at the moment, like I say, it's looking weak bullish in there. We've got the indicator giving us a bullish sign there. And finally, the short term price, 25 cents block size. We can see that nice little trend up over sort of the end of June through to today. It's been up 67 to 85, so about $18 of upside there. So it's been nice. The opportunity's been there. Bit of a sideways range, I would say, from the end of July through to August, but like I said, we've just seen that breakout. We've got that little double top in on there around that Fibonacci line at $86, looking for it 90, get to 91 or 93 and a half as potential upsides. Looking at the volume at the price there, not a lot down in there. You know, we've got that arc there, which would take the price back down to that next Fibonacci line around about $82. Then the point of control around about $80. So at the moment, it's, you know, it's the same story. It's this wide sideways range with plenty of opportunities for the range trader. The trend trader, there's, you know, like we've seen, there's stuff in there to take as well. $20 is nothing to be sniffed at in terms of trend, but there's not a lot of consistency there at the moment. There's too many fundamentals pushing and pulling each other, and the technicals also giving a mixed bag. So that can make it hard to trade, but, you know, define your strategy, stick to the rules, and you know, obviously you've back tested it and know what to expect, and just play it. But like I said, there's still good opportunity there. So there you go. That's WTI crude oil. Best to say probably weak, bullish, neutral sort of feel in that wide range. So like I said, plenty to play for. Now, interestingly enough, next up is a quick review of the nat gas price. Where is that heading next? That kicks off at 12:30 UK time, which I think is about 9:30 Eastern time, and that's coming up, in, let's look at the clock, in about 50 minutes. So hopefully I can see you there. If not, good luck with the trading, and I hope to see you in another video soon. Thank you.